What's up, friends? I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. Stray Kids is back with their third full-length Korean studio album, 5 Star, already exceeding 5.13 million pre-orders, becoming the most pre-ordered album in K-pop history, and selling over 2.3 million copies on its first day. As of this recording, Stray Kids is continuing to prove that they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. If you're new to the series, we're going through 5 Star track by track, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on album pacing, track list, lyrics, productions, genres and influences, and more to find out how this album breaks down and comes together. Obligatory reminder that this is just my opinion and you are free to disagree with me. But anyway, hit the subscribe button if you're new so you don't miss more K-pop content, hit the like button, and tell me in the comments which songs are your favorites from 5 Star. With that out of the way, let's jump in. Any song that starts off with Seungmin's beautiful vocals on a gorgeous melody is gonna be a hit for me. Out of all of the songs on 5 Star, this is absolutely the song that should be the album opener. It sets the stage well for Stray Kids' vocals and expert level raps. The production matches the song's title, and my first impression was that it belonged in an action movie. The Neil Armstrong speech sample was really unexpected, but as somebody who has an affinity for space, I was really happy about it. I think this is a great track, and it properly prepares the listener for the tracks that follow it. S-Class is another song that lives up to its name. The track contains some similar production elements found in songs like Case 143, Venom, and Maniac. They happen in the background, and I actually quite like it, because if I hadn't already known that it was a Stray Kids song, that similarity alone would instantly signify it as a Stray Kids song in my head. S-Class is very signature Stray Kids / 3RACHA. To put it simply, it's about being special or unique. It balances melodies with growls and super fast rapping that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Also, that B section sung by Bangchan, Seungmin, and Felix, play that until I die. It is so beautiful. That melody is what we call ear butter. I know I just complimented Seungmin's vocals, but I'm gonna do it again. I make pop music, okay? When I hear a pretty pop melody, I'm gonna compliment it. The song does switch up Stray Kids' formula though, in a way that ends up being really important in breaking this down later, and that is Changmin's 90s hip-hop rap section. That was really unexpected for me as a listener, and when watching the music video as well, I loved it. And the reason I liked it is because it was a nice new element to a title track that I worried might follow a similar pattern to songs that we've heard before, but it didn't. And then it switched it up again at the end of the song by swapping out the repeated Byeol lyric for a dance break, which kept my attention and I found so auditorily pleasing. And visually, because of course they slayed it. But that was a really subtle and smart production move on 3RACHA's part. And speaking of the music video, that entire thing is the action flick that I wanted for Hall of Fame, so I'm completely satisfied. The video game 8-bit inspired intro to Item was really cool. Stray Kids always has some really unexpected sound or production technique that they're gonna drop in all of their songs, and I'm always excited to see what it's going to be when I listen to a new song for the first time. The stars and space theme throughout the rest of the record is just automatically gonna give Stray Kids bonus points from me. Like I said, I'm a little bit of an astronomy geek, so I have no complaints on this album's thematic elements. I did a whole deep dive on Stray Kids, and even now I still forget just how fast Han and Changbin can rap. Plus, then you add in Felix's growls in some of his parts, and it just always takes Stray Kids to another level. Item also has this really sick drop towards the end, and it's chef's kiss. He is bringing the energy like always. And you can bring the energy to your next track with DistroKid. Did you know DistroKid just launched an app in the Apple App Store? If you don't know who DistroKid is, they're one of the leading and best music distribution platforms on the market, helping artists like you and me get our songs up on places like Spotify, Apple Music, and even here on YouTube. For one small yearly price, you can distribute as much music as you want, and now with their DistroKid for iOS app, distribution just got a whole lot easier. Uploading with DistroKid means you'll be able to keep 100% of your royalties and earnings. DistroKid's brand new iPhone app makes distribution and management easy and on the go. You can even sign up for an account right within the app. You can see all your music releases within the app and edit them if need be. Need to edit the cover art or artist name? You can fix that. Did your music end up on someone else's profile accidentally? You can take care of that too. You can even grab your hyperfollow link quickly too, so now you don't have to save it in your notes app or something. Not that I've ever done that, of of course. There's a ton more features for you to discover on DistroKid's app that will take your music career to new heights and make it easier to navigate too. So use my special VIP link to save yourself 7% on your first year's membership with DistroKid. Link is in the description. Speaking of Chef's Kiss, okay, see, this is how you expand on a meme 101. I love Super Bowl, not only because it's a good track, but if you're in the know, so to speak, it becomes a whole lot funnier. The Hell's Kitchen Tasting Divine lyric had me rolling. Like, the album's called 5 Star, which is similar to Felix's 5-star Michelin line, which is also kind of referenced in this song, sort of. But the best thing is, being an international fan, specifically American, when I heard Super Bowl, my brain automatically thought football. But no, this song's main metaphor is basically cooking, which also made me laugh. This song is literally great. Again, I have no complaints. TOPLINE's got a little bit more daring lyrics for Stray Kids, and I low-key kind of wish it wasn't censored. I mean, especially since we got Lisa's special version of Money at Coachella, which that's another chef's kiss moment. But I know Stray Kids has a lot of younger fans too, so I'll allow it. TigerJK was a pretty influential figure in 90s K-hip-hop, so I'm really glad to see this collab finally happen. The track, again, leans more into the 90s hip-hop style, but it's also got Stray Kids' flair on it too. It's really a good blend of both. DLC is a nice, lighter moment on the album. I wish it was a bit higher in the track list though, because this marks when the record sort of switches tones a little bit. Like, if this song had been placed between S-Class and Item, I think it would have broken up some of the heaviness of the first few songs and begin to introduce the other aspects that 5 Star offers. I don't think it's distracting in terms of album pacing, but 5 Star is a little heavy and gritty towards the top, and one of the next few lighter tracks up there could have helped balance that out a little bit. That being said, DLC is rather refreshing, it's simple, and I loved the small touches of tropical house on the track. Get Lit has a really sick beat that I love. It's got a soft breakdown and then a party non-conformist chorus that, structure-wise, again is very Stray Kids / 3RACHA. 3RACHA definitely has a formula for their title tracks that works, obviously, and I eat it up every time. But if I had to say one thing, is that when Stray Kids does mix it up and does something different to their music formula, it's really magical, like S-Class, for example. The typical structure of a Stray Kids song is, to put it simply, intro, verse 1, breakdown, drop, chorus, rap, breakdown, drop, chorus, bridge, rap, or some sort of third section, then final chorus. There's nothing wrong with that. They write and produce their own music. And when the music is recorded, they gotta present it to JYP. And that music has to sell, so clearly it's all right. I'm just saying that when SKZ does mix it up, like simply throwing in an unexpected 90s hip-hop section, that's when they really shine, because you get to see their talents in new ways. That being said, Get Lit is one I will be streaming, because I am always on the hunt for a good party song. Okay, we know that Stray Kids can rap like no other, but again, when they hit that beautiful melody and we get to hear their vocals, it just sets them apart and takes them to another level. The smooth jazz and hip-hop combo on Collision is another lighter moment that gives 5 Star some dimension. It's a great song, and the only thing that I don't love about it is the fade out. It's 2023, we do not fade out unless for very specific exceptions. I'm just kidding, I love you Stray Kids, please don't hate me. From the first note, I knew I was going to love this song. It's a beautiful tribute to the Australian bushfires. This was an instant favorite for me. It's a great dance song with a beautiful message, and I personally really love when Stray Kids does EDM. Levanter is one of my favorite Stray Kids songs, and this gave me similar vibes. For me, FNF is a standout track from this album. It's a different formula, their vocals are stunning, the message is fantastic, a slam dunk in my opinion. Continuing beautiful messages in the album's soft closer, before the 2 essential bonus tracks that round out 5 Star, Youtiful is a much needed traditional pop ballad with gorgeous harmonies. A soaring chorus that demands a live performance anchors this unexpected English addition to the entirety of the album. I know that some people feel the ballad at the end of the album is cringe or overdone, but I think it's necessary in this case. It's there for a reason. When crafting an album, you want the listener to feel like they've been on a journey with you. And that's exactly what Youtiful does. This is a really touching moment on the album. And since it's Pride Month, I officially claim Youtiful as a Pride anthem. I want to see it on all of the Rainbow playlists. And if you don't, argue with a wall. I do like the Korean version of the sound, but it's going to take me some getting used to because my brain still wants the opening lyric of the chorus to be, "This is our sound. It's our sound. Muneo hibikasu." I get that you have to change lyrics when you translate things on occasion. When my co-writer in Japan told me that for the Japanese version of my song Marionette, that one of the main chorus lyrics wasn't gonna quite work unless we modified it, I cried inside, but I understood. So I won't deduct any points for that today because I understand. Also, they made up for it by keeping Lino's Rhapsody and Melody line. Hold up. Those opening chords remind me of something. I know them from somewhere. Oh yeah! All jokes, please laugh. Mixtape Timeout is a fun pop rock bonus song that's a great boost in energy and perfect for summer. I'd love to see Stray Kids do more pop rock in the future because they really do it well. This is just a great track to close out the album overall. There are quite a few genres present on 5-star, ranging from really small niche genres to much larger ones. One of SKZ's greatest assets is being able to pull off so many of them, even on the same track. However, a few in particular dot the album the most and very intentionally. So this is how I would break it down. I'd say its umbrella genre, like usual, is going to be K-pop. K-pop has evolved over the years to be both a genre and an industry, which often confuses people. So it's the broadest genre to slap on the record, but we can dig deeper. I'd put its subgenre as rap. Rap is a genre created by Black people and does not always go with hip-hop per se, although the combination is so incredibly common that they are often grouped together. Rap is a cornerstone of Stray Kids' overarching sound, and it of course shows up in many of the tracks. I'd say this album's niche is very specifically 90s hip-hop. Stray Kids really leaned into this specific production style, flow, and sound more so than their previous releases. The slower tempos serve to amplify just how fast these boys can rap to create a really cool juxtaposition. I'd put its micro niche, however, as electronica. 5-star really plays around with dark, unexpected, at times near industrial moments that give the tracks energy and edge, even on some of the softer ones. Electronica tends to be pretty broad, but leans heavily this way, and electronic elements cover nearly every single song, which gives the listener no doubt that this is a Stray Kids album, giving us a K-pop album with influences of 8-bit, rock, and EDM, utilizing various rap and hip-hop elements in lyrical structure and beats, coupled with traditional pop elements and electronica-inspired gritty production to emphasize its overarching message of celebrating uniqueness. If you're a rap fan, but also a sucker for a good, catchy, top 40 pop melody that's got a little bit of grit to it, this is the album for you. While I would like to see Stray Kids mix it up even more in the future, I definitely think that this is some of Stray Kids' best work to date. So like this video if you enjoyed this review, subscribe and share if you want even more reviews in the future, and consider becoming a channel member for even more goodies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.